Podcasting through the miracle of the internet. This is a South Stand supplemental fan cast where you're not necessarily safer at home. I'm Colin Daniels with special guests Aaron X,
Woo!
our buddy Snyder, and your host, John Reedy.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome. The applause is usually in person. It's a lot better. Yeah. Thank you. It's great. Hey everybody, welcome. I just figured it's 9:40 at night here in Denver, Colorado. I figured we'd just get a little show going if everyone's still awake. There you go. A little upslope. This is great. It's nice to see you all. I haven't seen most of your faces in a long time. And Snyder's always a welcome addition, but welcome back Aaron X, who hasn't been on the show in probably 8 years, maybe.
Dude, like a ton. I'd made it to like whatever the first big milestone was. 50, 100 shows tops.
Maybe.
I remember.
Well, we've only done like 8 since then, so it's
perfect. Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Well, good, because I've only listened to like about 8.
That's good. It's probably smart, but so it's nice to have you on the show.
Sure.
And it's going to be fun. We can chat about whatever you want. Snyder's on an iPad. He's a little quiet. He's gonna have to yell when he's making a point, but it's good. So everyone's doing fine. Everyone's still inside for the most part. It's weird because everyone's like, got to stay inside. It's like, shit, man. I was at Popeyes and Lowe's and Starbucks, and I was I'm everywhere all the goddamn time. Nothing's changed except that I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Which is probably better for all of society when you really
I need
a
a wardrobe for my head. I'll be right back.
Okay.
He's already gone. Why does he need a wardrobe for his head?
I don't know.
There's no air there.
He's already gone. He's already left us. He was with us early on. He left us. He hasn't come back. Now he's off again. So
but he's got some great album covers in the back.
It's a nice background. I think he's planned this. I think he's done a lot of video stuff with other people. So he's planned it out to make it all cool looking. So a lot of stuff's changed over the last week. And I just wanted to ask you guys what you thought of it. Baseball is trying to come back, and of course they're fighting over the money, of course. But do you think it's going to happen? Do you think we're going to have a baseball soon?
I don't know whether or not Major League Baseball is going to have games for broadcast, but what I know about baseball is that if people cannot attend games, I don't really see the point. I mean, of all of the 4 major sports, baseball is the one where I feel it's most crucial that people
more than football
attendance.
More than football.
I mean, I think of baseball, I think of a live event.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think it's anywhere near as important in football.
No, of course it is. The football home field advantage is just the whole thing. I mean, you have that crowd noise.
I think that it's absolutely so. It's the intensity for the football fan thing is definitely going to make a huge difference. There's going to be no home field advantage, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be really weird. But I agree with what Colin's saying. I agree with what he's saying from the standpoint that the experience, the baseball game is an experience. You go for an experience. It's not really necessarily about getting rowdy and all that. It's about an experience. And so I think that's the one sport that you're going to miss that experience, and I don't think it can survive doing it that
way. They're already playing baseball games in Korea without crowds. The German soccer league, the Bundesliga, is starting tomorrow without crowds. It's just kind of how it has to be. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's any way to do it right now. And if you want to get some sports, I think that's what you're going to have to do. Look at this guy. He's been fucking curating he's been curating his background for like 10 minutes now.
Dude, you look great.
So funny. It's so funny. Well, I was looking at you guys, and you're all muted and stuff. So I'm like, we're having this bright sunshine. I still got these monitors on me, but I was just trying to blend in a little bit. I was trying to fucking hang out with you guys, dude. Just trying to fucking be homies.
Well, let's hang out a little bit because we're talking about baseball and
yeah, I know. So I fucking zoned out
because you got out. That's so.
I could hear you, but I had to get a lid.
Let me ask you this, Aaron.
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't follow sports as closely as maybe the other three of us, how do you think it's going to go down? How do you think they're going to get back to it, if they are going to get back to it at all?
I think it's all going to be dependent on safety and where the numbers go. The longer we go, as awful as it is, the more data that comes in. The more data that comes in, the guys that own all the money make better decisions. So in July, if there's no cases of COVID except for people that are, 80 and older, yeah, we're going to have some sports. If that's,
you think there are going to be people attending sports this year?
It depends on the numbers as we go along.
No way.
I'm not even going to guess. No,
I'm going to show up to Coors Field with my AK-47 strapped across my back, my America shirt on.
Let me in.
You're going to have your Punisher freaking T-shirt on, and
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If let's say, obviously baseball, if they get started, it's probably going to be around July 4th. They're going to probably start around then for a symbolic, gesture. That's a ways away. And
maybe.
Well, July is a ways away. That's a fact. You can't say maybe to that.
I'm saying maybe they could. I'm saying you're right. Yeah,
I think they're planning on it, but I don't think they're going to have people there. But I'm just saying, to his point, if the cases drop and there's not a lot of new cases and it's totally down, yeah, they're going to do it. But I ask all of you, would you feel comfortable sitting there packed in with a bunch of fucking people breathing on you?
Well, hold on, wait a minute. I thought we were going to talk about gambling. Let's talk about.
Well, we will talk about gambling, but I just asked the question.
Let's talk about the mecca of gambling, Vegas. Are you going to go to Vegas and sit in a freaking sports book with a bunch of people right on top of you?
Not right now, no.
When are you gonna do that? And when's Vegas gonna allow that to happen? I'm just asking.
I don't think anybody knows that. And I don't think in the short term people are going to be piled on top of each other. I think what we're going to see happen is they will very severely limit the crowds at athletic events, and the ticket prices are going to be astronomical. If they seat 20% of the seating at Coors Field, you're going to be paying $200, $300 for a ticket.
All the extra security and stuff.
Is that it? Only season ticket holders get in? Is that it?
Oh,
Snyder,
yeah.
Snyder, if you would stop talking through that pillow, I can hear you a lot better.
I hate you. Where's the microphone? Where is it?
It's terrible. He's like, I've got an old flip phone I can call in on. And I was like, all right, I guess. Fuck. It's like, I guess it'll work. So okay, let's put it that way. If they're only going to limit the amount of people in the stands, which is just kind of dumb because you got to depend on those people to buy a bunch of beer.
And you got to hire a ton of more staff. You got to
pay the staff to stand there. I just don't think they're going to do it. I really don't think. I just think they're gonna unless they can say yes, it's okay for you to come and pack in this stadium and not worry about it. I don't think they're going to have anybody there. So, which brings up my other point. They're supposedly going to relaunch the NBA and the NHL season, right? So if they do that, they can't have people in the stands. Oh shit, cat in the way. Sorry. They can't have people in the stands. They're just going to go ahead and do the games because those seasons are already like done. They got almost to the end. Baseball's a different story. They didn't even start yet. So
right.
It's
nothing
are they going to
matters.
restart those?
Nothing matters until we're further down the road and we know how more contagious this is and the second wave and all that horrible crap, it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen until we know, right?
It's like 2 weeks at a time. You have to go, well, what's going to happen 2 weeks from now?
Sure.
So,
but then there'll be patterns at 4, 6, and 8 weeks as well, right? I mean,
sure.
Maybe at 4 weeks there's a little spike, or the opposite, or I don't know.
Well,
you guys can bet on it, but you're fucking rolling dice, dude. There's no answer.
Well, fortunately, you can't bet on it right now, so there's not even a bet to say
you can't. I thought
that whether they're going to resume. No, I haven't seen it.
You're right about that, but that's I think it's the great thing about sports being legal, betting wise now, is that you're going to be able to do it online, and we don't have to go to Vegas. I mean, listen, and believe me, you guys know, I love Vegas, and I'm going to go back to Vegas as soon as I can. But if they do start doing sports, we're going to be able to bet without having to go to Vegas, and that's fucking kick ass.
Bringing that up, I've been using the DraftKings app, and you can bet on. I bet on darts. I bet on Korean baseball.
Dude, I want to hear about the dart betting.
So darts. If you ever watched darts before,
I've never have.
Well,
but I've been playing darts on lockdown.
Well, there's a guy. And now I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I recognize his name.
When are you going to beat Katie?
Oh, Snyder.
Oh, dude, I can beat everybody.
Snyder, why don't you drive a few miles to your microphone so we can hear you, please?
Hey, where is the microphone?
Now we got to see your fucking furry face. So there's a darts guy. It's like a British darts guy. I saw his name and I was like, oh, I know that guy. So I started betting on darts, and then and it's really cool because you can you bet like $1, and then like if the guy you bet's the underdog, if he starts winning, they'll say, oh, you want to cash out, and they'll cash you out for like. You bet $1 and they'll cash you out for $1.50. So you can go, ooh, maybe I'll cash out, because it could change during the course of it. So same thing with all of them. If like you bet on a baseball game and the team you bet is like up, they'll say, well, do you want to cash out? And it's cool because you can't do that in Vegas. You can't cash out beforehand, I don't think. But it's cool. But they're doing Korean baseball. They're doing Russian table tennis. They do all of it. So you can bet on everything, but obviously the ones that aren't playing. So when they do get that going, it'll be pretty cool because here's the thing. They make it really fucking easy. Last night, I'm sitting there and I was like, they gave you like a free $5 bet for Korean baseball. And I was like, oh shit, I'll bet the Kia Tigers. Hell yeah.
Why not?
And then I was like, I'm going to throw $2 more down on that. They're going to score first and win. And then, of course, the Kia Tigers got blown out last night or this morning, whenever it was. So I found out this morning. So now, as I brought up, you can bet on the Bundesliga. English soccer is coming back. You can bet on all that. I just don't know enough about it to bet on it. So what I bet on recently, and I want Snyder to tell me what he thinks.
Yeah, ask Snyder, of course.
Ask Snyder. I bet. So there's a Tiger Woods, Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson thing. I bet the Tiger Woods, Peyton Manning side. What do you think, Snyder?
Yes, I'm down with you. Yeah, I'm down with Tiger Woods.
He sounds terrible.
I don't know. Where's the mic?
It's that side right there.
There you go. That's good. That's perfect.
You're on an Apple product? What the fuck?
So, Colin, have you bet on the DraftKings app yet?
No, I haven't bothered because there's not any sports, but I would definitely there's not any real sports. I would definitely get involved if you could bet on coronavirus death numbers. I would always bet the under on that shit because this, it's such a fucking load of crap for the most part.
Oh, hold on. Get conspiracy. This is not Conspiracy Pod, but that's the show after this.
That's not a conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy theory to say you think this thing is overblown. That's not a conspiracy theory. I was talking to a friend of mine one day who said we're going to look back on this
and laugh,
and we're going to look back. We're going to look back on it with some skepticism as to how we responded.
Oh, absolutely, and that's fine. I get that. I just think that that there's measures that needed to be taken, and you probably will look back and go, maybe not, maybe so. But I don't know, man. Like, did you see that the if you play Korean baseball, like every morning you come there, you have to have a fucking swab jammed on your nose.
Oh my God.
You have to do all that. They're very serious about
So
it.
does each player have to have the swab before they play the game?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think each kid. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I heard that hurts like hell.
Yeah, it doesn't look. It's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. And if you ever had one up your pee hole before,
Oh,
it's probably not as bad as that, but it's probably close. So
It's got to be close.
what I heard is that getting swabbed for COVID feels like jumping off a diving board into a swimming pool and breathing in the moment you hit the water.
Have you had one up your pee hole?
No.
Oh,
Thank God.
if you ever had one up your pee hole, trust me, bro.
Hey, we're not playing I Never, are we?
sorry, you don't have to say anything. You can just grimace in agreement. But that's awful. That's really bad. It's the same Q-tip thing, but it's in your pee hole.
Yeah. But
So
this one
that.
goes all the way through your skull.
I'll take that over the pee hole.
No,
I'll take it.
Nah.
I think I'd rather have it in my pee hole, to be honest with you.
No.
The first time it happened to me, I almost passed out.
Your pee hole, yeah. Oh, it's
the pee hole is rough, but the nasal cavity is rougher.
I'll
Have
take
you
it.
ever had a D battery in your anus? That's the question.
Not
Like just
in this decade.
Like the bare battery, or like in a device?
The whole fucking battery, just the battery.
Yeah.
You guys remember D batteries? I know Aaron does.
Yeah.
They're the size of a D in your
Aaron's
ass.
sitting on a D battery right now.
Right now. Yeah. Is this the part of the quiz where Reno says applesauce or jelly?
Syrup or jelly?
Yeah.
We could find out. I don't think he's available tonight. We were trying to track him down, but I don't think he's available.
No, it's like 4 a.m. over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's snowing.
It's very late. It's very late.
Mhm.
But yeah. So there's all sorts of crazy stuff that they're going to have to do, which I'm not confident that anybody has any plan for. So if they're gonna start baseball again, which baseball is probably the best sport to do it with, because there's the less contact possible on the diamond, because everybody's spread out. If you're on the base, you got to get kind of close to them. They probably have to wear a mask just in case. But I mean, you can spread out in the dugout. But it's not like hockey or football where you're constantly like banging against each other. So baseball would be the one to start with. But they're saying they're going to do hockey. They're going to finish the hockey season. So it's going to happen. If it all works out and the cases drop, that's fucking awesome. I hope that's the case. But they'll find out soon enough if they put a bunch of hockey players together who are sweating on each other, right?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a lot of very close contact. The thing is, you can definitely test all the players, but from what I understand, having spoken, my sister-in-law is a nurse, the failure rate on tests is about 50%.
Yeah.
So for them, when they go back to work after having been quarantined, they have to have 5 straight negative tests before they're allowed to go back to work. So just one test isn't enough, from what I understand, and I don't understand much. But for these players, it's going to be just constant. They're going to have those swabs up their nostrils all the time.
And that's something that they're going to have to accept and get used to. And that brings up the other thing. So Blake Snell said, I got to get mine. I want to get paid. That's another thing too, is the owners are trying to go, well, we shouldn't have to pay you this much. And these guys have contracts and they're kind of like, hey, we got a contract. What's everybody think about that? Where some of the players are like, fuck that. I'm not going out there if you're not paying me what I'm supposed to make. Right. Isn't that what it's all about? These guys are the talent.
Would be massive.
What was that?
If they filed state unemployment, that would break us.
A star pitcher who, well, if they don't get paid, obviously the owners are like, look, we're not making as much money. The players are like, well, tough shit. We need to get paid what we're supposed to get paid. I mean, obviously they got to get paid for what they're going to do. If they're not only going to play a half a season, they should get paid for half a season. But they're trying to get them to not be paid for half a season, which is total bullshit. They're the talent. They're the ones that people want to see. Those guys should get paid, right? Sorry, we keeping you up, Colin?
I think there's got to be a reasonable solution. I mean, if revenues are way, way down, I mean, let's face it, if your contract is $10 or $20 million a year and you're being asked to play for $2 or $4 million a year, that's probably a lot better deal than not getting paid at all.
There he goes again.
I think there should be some capitulation on the part of any players' association in sports, taking into consideration the fact that revenues are down everywhere. So I think they should be reasonable. I would think the teams would struggle to break even. I don't think they can break even. I think they're going to lose money hand over fist in every sport without gate revenues. Now, the NFL might be an exception because their TV contracts are so lucrative, but that's certainly not the case for the NHL.
Not for the NHL, but for MLB, the Cubs owner was like, oh, well, most of our money comes from ticket sales and
right.
And I'm like, that's bullshit. The Cubs, most of their revenue comes from TV, guaranteed, because they're on TV everywhere. They're on TV all over the place. Those guys make money off TV. The Rockies make their money on ticket sales and beer sales because their TV deal sucks. But the Cubs, the Dodgers, huge TV deals.
Yes, they have huge TV deals, but when you have 82 home games, yes, you earn a lot of your revenue from in-arena sales, from at the ballpark sales, hot dogs, hamburgers, parking, beer. I absolutely believe them when they say they won't be bringing in anywhere near as much money. And yes, I think the Players Association should take that into consideration. So maybe they can't. Maybe they just won't come to terms, and maybe there just won't be baseball. I mean, frankly, part of me agrees with Aaron. It just doesn't matter. Like, we want sports as a diversion, and I think the biggest sporting event in America has been The Last Dance on ESPN, the Michael Jordan documentaries. I've been absolutely waiting with bated breath for every single episode, and it's been fantastic. But when I hear people talking about the Broncos, I don't give a fuck. It so doesn't fucking matter because there are so many things that are in upheaval right now, societally and with our jobs and our families and our work and our kids' schools, that it kind of puts into perspective to a large degree how little sports matters. And I hope to look back on this in a year and laugh at that notion. But right now, it really isn't all that important to me. I mean, when I switch from NPR to sports talk radio and hear Cecil Lammy talking about the Broncos draft, I immediately change the channel. I don't fucking care because it really doesn't matter. Do I want to gamble? Do I want a distraction? Do I want a diversion? You better fucking believe I do. And am I at the end of Netflix? Yeah, I think I'm at the end of Netflix. So I would love to have some of these other things, but I'm so much more concerned about the economy, about my job, about our society than I am about sporting events, that it makes it really, really hard to generate any passion about it.
No, I get that. And I think all that's valid, but then it's almost like if there's a baseball game on tonight, wouldn't you just sit down and watch it and forget your fucking troubles?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And it's like there's all this stuff to work out. There's all these fucking hoops to jump through. But if there was playoff hockey on right now, oh my God, it'd be great. Now, it does give you perspective because not having this, it'd be like, usually you'd be like, well, I got to watch the Avalanche tonight. You just like something else. You got to find something else to do. It's a totally different thing. And hopefully, this next year at this time, it'll be back to normal, but it definitely changes things. But I do think it's a necessary distraction. I think it's something that people need. And if something like baseball were to say, hey, we're going to relaunch, we're going to have these games that you can watch at home, I think that'd be a good thing for people.
Not to mention the Kavanaugh factor. I mean, I do miss my Kavanaugh.
I know you do. And in fact, Snyder, your experiments are just not going well, dude.
No, it's getting creepier.
It's getting creepier.
Hey,
I think Colin, like, I know what you're saying about burning out and just not caring about sports, and I'm not caring about sports, but kind of along those same lines, like I'm just working and doing nothing, literally, and so I feel like since I'm not doing very much, I should want to do something, but the opposite is actually happening. I fucking want to do even more nothing. So I understand your attitude on sports. I think it's the same kind of deal.
I know what you mean by that, but like I'm the opposite. Like I have to do, when I get home, because I've been going to work. And so when I get home, I have to fucking do something. I can't just sit down because usually the Rockies would be on now. And I would go home and I would sit and I would turn the Rockies on and I'd sit down and I'd watch the Rockies play. Yeah. I'd get dinner and then I'd go back and I'd finish watching the game just till like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Don't have that. So when I get home, I'm like, I got to do something. So I'd go out and I keep going on my project out in the yard, or I'm going to fucking move this to here to there. And it's almost like it's the opposite because I have to fucking do something because I don't have that, you know?
But you're getting out. You and Colin are both going to work.
True.
Dude, I'm in the basement right now. You're looking at my work studio behind me. This is the camera view at work, dude.
It's almost like you put it together intentionally.
No.
Yeah, I think you did.
No.
So much time working on that, dude. I know you did.
Snyder, what? No one can hear you.
Apparently, Snyder made noises. No, you make an interesting point, though, John, and it is. I feel very lucky. I feel like I'm among the lucky few because you look at unemployment right now, and on top of that, all of the people who are working from home. There was a time around, I don't know, March 14th or so. I didn't know what the future held. I didn't know if I was going to be staying at home all day, every day. And it never happened because at my work, we're deemed an essential service. So if anything, over the last several weeks, I've been busier than usual because we have to limit the amount of people that are in our building at any time. And so fewer people are working, and therefore the people who are working harder. I've probably been working harder the last 6 weeks than I've worked in years. And I have those human interactions, and I come home, and I'm fucking exhausted, and all I want to do is get some food and watch some Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever, and then just fucking go to bed. And I feel so fortunate because my wife, she's working from home. My daughter's going to school at home. They're stuck with each other the way Aaron's stuck in his basement. And on the one hand, I feel super lucky because I get to leave the house and I have those interactions. But on the other hand, when you look back historically at this period, what people in Aaron's position are going to remember is that quarantining at home. And I will not have been a part of that. And that's kind of a weird envy because I think most people envy me, but because I am able to work, I kind of secretly envy the quarantining at home.
The grass is greener, right? I want to have your position. You want to have mine. Dude, I can tell you, I got it written on my desk down here. Today was my 9th week full-time working at home.
Ugh.
9th week.
Yeah, me too.
Snyder's up there too.
Oh, we can't tell, Snyder. You look like you've been out.
But he sounds better. But we can hear him better.
No, it's crazy, and I was almost like when I thought I was gonna have to stay home, I was like, ah, shit, here we go. I got this plan together. I was like, all right, I'm gonna run on Mondays. I'm gonna do yoga on Tuesday. I had this whole thing fucking worked out, and then it just never happened. And I was like, oh shit. All right, I guess I got to work. And I know that sounds like, oh, you fucking poor baby, but I was kind of like, I was like, that would have been all right, you know. But no, I'm grateful that I could go to a job, but it was very. I was like, I kind of went crazy because there was times for like several weeks where I didn't really leave, and it's rare that I don't leave. Like usually I'm in and out all the time, and I just sat there. So I guess I was kind of in a quarantine in a sense, and it was unnerving because I just couldn't leave the fucking place, you know? So, I don't know. It's everyone's experience is different. It'll be something for the history books. And, I think, we'll always remember it maybe fondly or not so fondly.
No, dude, let's get pillow talk from Snyder. What's your experience going on? I want to hear your end, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm stuck in a fucking basement, bro. I mean, I stare out a basement window and I see some blue sky every once in a while. And
you don't go for a walk?
Oh no, I do, and I go play tennis, with my daughter, or try to hit the ball with her a little bit, but I don't do jack shit. There isn't jack shit to do, you know.
Yoga, you can do yoga.
Plus, I'm trying to hide from my ex-wife too, so you know.
That's key. That's key. Yeah. So, so I don't know. Every time we've done this, it's always been like, well, we don't know, and that's really how it is for everyone. We just don't know. No one knows anything. So, you know, as far as life or sports, it's like I said, it's 2 weeks at a time. You're not going to know anything for a while, and hopefully it'll change in the near future.
Well, I think that the word hope is all we really have. I mean, that's it. We don't have anything else right now. We have hope. That's it.
Speaking of hope,
we don't know anything. We know nothing.
Speaking of hope, I was watching the documentary on the making of The Mandalorian, and I just want to say to Aaron, I think he should watch The Mandalorian. I think he'd like it.
Totally would love it.
And
Dude, we have this game at work. A buddy of mine at work makes up a plot line, and then he says, because I haven't seen the last, 18 movies or whatever, and so he makes a quote and says, is this really a true quote from one of these Star Wars movies or not? And I have to guess.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now the movies are not
kind of what I feel like you're telling me on this.
The movies are not good. Well, everyone should admit that. No one. If anyone tells you different, they're lying. The movies are not good. The Mandalorian is good. Have you guys seen The Mandalorian?
I have not. I'm very intrigued by it.
It's very good. It's excellent. It's Star Wars, but it's not like, it doesn't deal with the exact bullshit that all the movies have. It's outside that. It's a very good, like, they have different kind of tropes, like spaghetti Western, heist. They have different things through it. It's very good. I would highly recommend it.
Is this the one with Baby Yoda?
That's the one with Baby Yoda. Yep.
No,
Oh, you have, it's. I swear to God. I'm with you. I'm with you on the Star Wars. I'm with you on the Star Wars movies being bad. I'm totally with you.
You guys are defending Baby Yoda right now.
The Mandalorian is very good.
That has so much dramatic effect.
Sounds terrible. Anyway,
Snyder right now looks like somebody recording a manifesto. Like you would see this on CNN.
Yeah, like if somebody
terrible
shot a place up, this would be the video. They'd be like, here's his last video.
I've been planning this attack for 12 straight years. It's horrible.
That's good stuff. Well, I could sit here and shoot the shit all night, but I don't want to keep you guys. So if you have any final things you want to talk about, please lay them out.
Hey, I love you, Colin, even if I give you shit on Twitter all the time.
Oh man!
What he said he loves you, Colin. Even though he gives you shit.
Here's what I want to bring up before we go.
Okay.
Let's look for some predictions here from all of you. Will we be together in Las Vegas for Wild Card Weekend in 2021?
2021?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
2021?
right after the new year? Right after the new
In
year.
January. Will we be together in Vegas in 2021? What do you think, John?
Well, I might not because I had a trip planned around then that might have been canceled. I don't know. We got to figure that out. But I would say that the odds of that are pretty good because unless the winter gets really bad and this comes roaring back and everyone's fucking dying, then I would say yes, you're probably good. But I don't know. Again, too hard to say. But right now, yeah, I'd say yeah, that's all right.
What do you think, Chris?
50-50.
I'd say you're about right. I'd give it 50-50. I like that answer. I know. I mean, Vegas has got to be dying on the fucking vine.
That's no answer. No, fuck off. Wait a minute. Stop. 50-50 is not an answer. Fuck you guys. No,
it's an answer.
He asked for an answer. You have to answer it.
Well,
Do you think yes or no? Well, maybe. And by maybe, I mean equal maybe. Equal yes and no? Fuck you guys. No. Answer the question. Yes or no. Commit.
Put it this way. Right now, would you, if you were like, I got to buy a plane ticket and book a hotel room, would you do it?
I would.
No.
It'll be so cheap.
It would be really cheap.
It'll be so cheap. I mean, if you end up pissing away the $250
or that, it's like fucking $100.
I'm gonna drive.
I read a prediction and I won't say where it was from because it's too stupid, but that social distancing is a thing of the past by December 4th. That's what I read.
December 4th?
December 4th.
Oh God, I hope so.
on BuzzFeed.
That's what I think we're looking at. I think we're going to be social distancing until fucking almost Christmas. And then they're going to have to make some real tough choices because if we lose the Christmas shopping season, the economy is going to be completely fucked. So
Jeff Bezos, baby. First trillionaire.
Bezos is fucking loving this.
He's loving this.
Can you imagine anybody in a better position than him?
No one's doing any better than him right now.
No.
Yeah, it was like all my other things like went down, but the Amazon bill went fucking way up. You know, it's like I wasn't eating anywhere. I was just fucking getting leftovers and staying in and oh yeah, so yeah. But the Amazon bill, everything was ordered through that. So
he's about to be the world's first trillionaire.
Really,
he has more money than countries.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking great.
Now that's our other podcast coming up shortly after this. It's called Death to Capitalism, and we'll be talking about that topic real soon. But in the meantime, I'll let you guys go.
You can count me out of that one.
Yeah. I'm not sitting in on that one.
That's right. I don't want you guys on that one.
Hopefully Snyder will get a better microphone.
Well, if Snyder would utilize some capitalism, maybe he could have a better microphone.
I'll get a microphone for the next time.
Snyder, you need a macrophone, brother.
Yeah, not a micro, a macro. All right. Thanks for joining us. This is great. Thanks. It's nice to see you all. It's good times. And
yes, thanks for inviting me.
Sure. And peace be with you. And hopefully everyone stays healthy and sane. And we'll hopefully get back to you guys very soon with something else, maybe sports related. Maybe they've got some real American sports to bet on. Colin, take it out.
We love you, Denver.
That never gets old. It never gets old.
It doesn't.
See you guys.